Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Today I have 4 face trios and it is another edition of 4 for 4. I have worn each of these for 4 days. Well, one of them I didn't wear 4 days, but you'll find out why I didn't wear it for 4 days. We're just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna start with the first one. This is the Balm Girls Getaway Trio. It's supposed to be a blush and bronzer trio. This is what it looks like. So this is kind of almost pinky in tone, and then you have the light shade and the medium shade. I will swatch them for you. You have In Full Swing, Warm It Up, and Take a Dip. As you can see, they're pretty subtle in how they go on, the first two, and then that third one really packs a punch. What I found with this is that this bronzer just oxidized on me no matter what I did. If I wore it as a bronzer, if I wore it as a blush, it just looked muddy and just not very nice by the end of the day. So this is one that I was a little disappointed in. I do like these 2 blushes, but I don't know if the 2 blushes are enough to make me want to keep it. So the next one that I have is from Sephora. This was one of their like Black Friday specials for $10. It does not have a name on it, but it did come with a bronzer, a kind of blush slash highlighter, a blush, and then a highlighter. So that one you can use as either. It kind of depends on what your skin tone is. I've used it as both. And that is what the 4 shades look like and what they look like next to it. I love this palette. This is kind of my go-to palette. I keep it in my bathroom when I'm doing my makeup. So in case I'm missing a product, a face product, or I'm just struggling for the day, this one I'll pull out, and it's a really solid go-to. That bronzer is like a perfect shade for me. It's not too warm, it's not too dark. The blushes I just really love because you can get an impact with that peachy one that's a shimmer one, or you can have the more satin pink one, and then that highlight is so pretty. It really is glowing. So this one I absolutely love. I think it is fantastic one, and I'm going to be looking for this palette or a similar palette like this for Black Friday this next year. This is the day I wish I had worn hairspray because I have so many wispies everywhere. Next up is the Manizer Palette from the Balm. They're the Manizer Sisters. So you have Mary Lou Manizer, Cindy Lou Manizer, and Betty Lou Manizer. It is a blush, bronzer, and highlight palette, and that's what it looks like. All right, so that's what the 3 shades look like. This bronzer is super glowy. It has a lot of shimmer to it. It's almost like if you were a super dark complexion, this would be a great highlighter actually. Like, it has that much shimmer to it. So does this blush, this Cindy Lou Manizer. It's more of a highlighter to me than a blush because it has so much shimmer to it, but it is too dark for me to wear as a highlighter, but it's too light for me to wear as a blush. So the only shade I really like in this set is the Cindy Lou Manizer, and I'm getting rid of this one because I can wear Mary Lou Manizer, but Cindy Lou Manizer and Betty Lou Manizer just don't work for my skin tone. They don't look good on my skin, and this is the one that I did not wear 4 days because I was like, I already know, like, this is not going to work. I wore it a couple days, tried out all of the products, tried it a couple different ways. It just didn't work. I didn't try the bronzer different ways because I don't know what else I would use other than an eyeshadow, and I'm not really going to wear this as an eyeshadow. So yeah, this Luminizer I think is a really good palette for somebody who has a darker complexion than I do. The final palette is the Glam On Demand palette from Laura Geller. I did pick this up at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, one of those, and it does have a blush, a highlighter, and a bronzer. The blush is Tropic Hues, the highlighter is Golden Rose, and the bronzer is Medium. Now, if this was in light, I think this would be a great palette for me, and I would love it. But that bronzer is just too dark for me. I need something lighter. Even with a light hand, it was too dark for my very pale complexion. I do really love this highlighter and this blush, but I have a full size of this blush already, and I do love it. Like, I wear it quite a bit, but it's such a big pan that I don't see myself ever hitting pan on it, like finishing it up. So for me, I would be keeping this palette just for the highlighter and a backup of the blush, and that just doesn't work. Like, I don't need that. I would rather have somebody else really enjoy this palette because I do think it is so beautiful. So for that reason, because this bronzer really doesn't work and I already have the blush, I'm passing this one along as well. For the final ranking, in 4th place, I put the Manizer Sisters because I don't quite get who this palette is made for, because you have such a light highlight, but the bronzer is so shimmery and so dark, and then the blush is so pale. I didn't really get, like, I get them as individual products, but I don't get them put together. So that one is in 4th place. In 3rd place, I am putting the Balm, what is this, Girls Getaway Trio, Balm Springs, Balm Beach, and Balm Desert. And I do think I'm going to pass this one along just because I have so many blushes. And I think somebody else might get a little bit more use of this, somebody with a little darker complexion than I have. I like the 2 blushes, like I said, but this guy I just really don't like. And I had one of these as a sample, and now I'm kind of wishing that I hadn't passed it along. But c'est la vie, right? In 2nd place, I am putting the Glam On Demand palette from Laura Geller, and I love this palette. The only reason I am passing it along is that I am too dark or too pale for this shade, and I already have this one, and I love this blush. It is amazing. If you ever find Tropic Hues, get it. It's a great, great shimmery blush, but not overly shimmery. It just looks beautiful. And then in 1st place is the Sephora palette. That was the Black Friday special. So not a trio, a quad, but I love this. This is, like I said, my go-to palette that I know will always work for me. Have you tried any of these palettes? What are your thoughts? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Did you pass on them for a specific reason? Let me know down below. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.